Hey guys, Mark McKillyer here with liveanabolic.com, and today I want to talk to you about how to fix a sore neck. But instead of you guys just listening to me and my opinion, I wanted you guys to hear the straight skinny from a true expert. Now, so I'm at the office of a good friend of mine, Dan Bockmann, who is a chiropractor and rehab specialist. So I want you guys to hear what he thinks about this. All right, Dan, tell everybody a little bit about yourself real quick before we start getting into how do you fix a sore neck.
Absolutely. So I'm a chiropractor, but I have a subspecialty in sports medicine and rehab. That means we do pre and post-surgical rehab for spine and extremities, so in necks included. And we work on anyone from Olympic gold medalists to movie stars to rock stars to regular folks too. So, and I'll tell you this, neck soreness or neck pain is a common theme across all these groups of people. So it's a real common problem, and there's some really easy kind of no nonsense, easy to do fixes for neck soreness.
All right, so before we get into the fixes, I want you to just briefly explain what causes.
Yeah. So the number one cause for all neck and shoulder issues is poor posture. And bad slouching or slumping or reaching for things like keyboarding or driving, it's not bad for you. It's the amount of time we're in those positions that matters. And as the case is, a lot of us spend a ton of time keyboarding, driving, writing, working on the laptop, right?
Yeah.
So basically, it's ideally ear, shoulder, and hip should be stacked on top of each other. That's how I define good posture. And when we're in this position, all these muscles up here that commonly get stiff and sore, they don't have to do anything because your spine's carrying the weight of you. But as soon as I round like this, in this position, all these same muscles are now working constantly to keep me from falling the rest of the way down. So the reason they get all knotted up and burning and tight and sore, they're just exhausted. They're not designed to do that all day. So,
okay. Well, that makes perfect sense when you put it that way. And, one of the things I talk about when I shoot some of my videos about, working out different parts of the body, everybody likes to work out the stuff you can see in the mirror.
Oh, yeah, the mirror muscles.
Yeah. And so everybody, they forget about their back. And so I shot a video just recently about how important the back is, not just for posture and making you feel better, but it really is an impressive looking muscle group with your shirt on.
Yes.
Because it makes you look real wide and it makes your waist look smaller, relatively speaking.
Right,
so
absolutely.
there really are some important reasons to hit back muscles. Okay, so those are some of the reasons why we have a sore neck.
Right.
Let's get into how do we fix it.
Yeah, great. So there are a lot of quick, easy fixes you can just plug and play immediately. Now, the first one is if you're doing a lot of keyboarding or driving and you find yourself in that reaching or rounding, slouching forward position, and if you're doing that for hours a day, that's likely a huge contributor for your issue. So fixing that or improving that is one of the biggest payoffs you can get. So if you're used to doing this, let your elbows hang loosely at your sides. Mm-hmm. And I perch on the front of my seat with my feet under me, which makes sitting upright a lot easier than if I was to rest back on my seat back. So elbows hanging loosely at my side, then approach my desk, and where my hands are is where my keyboard should be.
Okay.
And my mouse right next to it. So my elbow's still at my side, not this, which is a common thing.
Which means basically you're sitting closer.
I'm sitting much closer.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, monitors high enough that you can see them with your eyes, not with your head. So if you do find yourself leaning in or dropping your chin, that means pull them in, raise them to where you can see them from here.
Okay.
And not using my seat back gives a benefit too, because if I did use it, I'm kind of back in this reaching and
hunched mode. Yeah. Okay.
And the thing with posture too is you don't have to be perfect. You just need to be mostly good.
Okay.
So for example, at work, I'm pretty upright. But at home, I may be doing whatever. So if you're 80-20 good or even 70-30 good, you're probably going to be fine.
Okay, cool. That's real straightforward, easy way to turn things around.
And here's the thing too. If you're used to slouching or if you've been in that slouch, going straight to upright you're not going to be able to switch and do 100% upright immediately. Because what's going to happen is you're going to find I can sit upright for about 10 minutes and then I have to take a break. That's fine. But as soon as you recover, come back to it. So your goal is each day you spend a little more time in the good upright posture. Your good posture muscles will get stronger and you won't be re-injuring yourself here every day.
So the question I would have is, we're so used to hunching over and reaching that it's going to feel weird to sit here and you'll get tired and then you'll forget about it. My question is, how do you constantly remind yourself.
Well, at first, exactly what you described is what's going to happen. So you're going to catch yourself, oh man, I'm slouching again. And it's going to happen over and over.
Yeah.
That's just built into the whole process. But like any habit, the more you kind of repeat it, the more natural it gets and second nature it feels. And once you notice, hey, I feel a lot better up here than I used to since I've made this change, it's a lot easier to remember to do that.
Okay, cool. So now that's changing what causes the bad neck, okay, and the sore neck. You already have a sore neck.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can do right now?
Absolutely.
You know,
here's
tonight.
one of my favorites. So the trap muscle here is one of the most commonly angry, painful, tight, sore muscles folks get from all this. So while you're sitting at your desk, if you just grab your seat bottom on one side and let your shoulder go slack, lean away at the waist and tip your head away, you'll find you can give yourself a pretty good stretch through here.
Okay, yeah.
Then if you slowly drop your chin, you'll find it gets a little more on the back side of the shoulder blade. If you slowly tip your head back, it gets a little more on the front. So basically
feels pretty good.
It's nice, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
So basically whatever head position gives you the biggest feeling of stretch there, hold that for 1 whole minute. And you can do that, and you can check both sides. And you can do it 2 or 3 times a day as it seems helpful.
Okay, so the key is a minute, because a lot of people are going to go 10, 15 seconds and then they can't, that's good. It's not.
Exactly. You're going to get a much more effective result from a longer duration stretch. And yeah, you're right. You'll hear 15, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. But in the end, the point of a stretch is to take a muscle that's too short and tight, make it a longer meat rope. I mean, which is what a muscle is, right?
Yeah,
So you want it to be more elastic, and to do that, it takes time in stretch. And 15, 30 seconds just isn't enough to make a lasting change there.
Okay.
So my shortest duration stretch that I prescribe is 1 minute.
Oh, wow, okay.
My longest for hamstring, which is a great big muscle group, 4 minutes per leg.
I know it because I've done that. You've had me do that before.
That's right. Absolutely.
It feels great, by the way. Okay, so that's incredibly easy. I like easy. The KISS principle is the best, I think.
Yeah, and I've got another one I'll show you too. Again, you can do it sitting or standing. It's called a wall angel. This is a top favorite, both for myself and just all of my patients who I've prescribed for. So you do not need a wall for it. To do it, put your wings up, keep your hands as far back as you can the whole time you reach overhead. Big reach up high, yep, and hands back as you tuck elbows tight to your side. So think hands back rather than elbows. So it's as if there's a wall behind you, and you're sliding your knuckles on that wall all the way up and all the way down. And this undoes the effects of slouching at your keyboard. Or driving, or keyboard. If you're a student, if you're...
It feels good just doing it right now.
It does, right? And ignore any crunching you hear back there.
Yeah.
None of that's bad for you.
No big deal. Crunch is okay. Yeah, I'm a little sore and stiff because I did a tough back workout yesterday.
Yeah.
And so, I got a lot of knots back there. This is feeling good just from doing that.
Yeah, and I'll just do 5 slow reps like this, 2, maybe 3 times a day, especially if you're feeling stiff, sore, and tight. See if you feel better after, and if so, great, use it for that.
All right, guys. Dan just gave us 2 really simple, straightforward exercises to help with your sore neck. Plus, he showed you how to avoid getting a bad neck in the first place. So guys, fantastic information here. If you like this video, be sure and subscribe to this channel. We got tons more great content coming your way. Give us a little like with that thumbs up arrow, post some comments below, share this with your friends, because I guarantee you all have a lot of friends out there with bad necks. It's just simply one of the most common problems we all have, especially as we get older. And guys, remember, it doesn't happen overnight. You have to always stick with it and never give up on yourself.